And so, the moment we've all been waiting for. What has happened? Tyler, how has your life changed? Are you so different? Well, yes and no. What is going on, YouTube? My name is Tyler Rossmann, and you guys are watching Tross Films. We are back at another video, and this one is talking about quitting social media. For the past month of June, I have completely rid myself of all forms of social media. The three forms of social media I use most are Snapchat, Instagram, and Facebook. I do have a Twitter account. I use it the least out of all of these forms of social media, but these are the three that I'm going to be focusing on in this video. So Tyler, why did you decide to take an entire month away from social media? What is your purpose behind this? What is your why? Well, it's definitely become a thing that's become more talked about in today's society, the effects of social media and our use in today's culture. People, a lot of the times, it is the very first thing that we do in the morning. We just check our news feed, we go through our Instagram feed, see what everyone did the day before. In our world, we know that people are so distracted, and it is insane how much time we use on social media. So, I wanted to test myself and see what would actually happen if I took a break from all of these platforms for an entire month. I do want to note that I have taken breaks from social media before. I usually take a week, 2 weeks break from a particular social media platform. For this challenge specifically, I wanted to see what would really happen if I didn't communicate at all using social media. The craziest thing that has happened in this past month is that I am still alive. Yes, you can not use social media and you can still be living. What you do still matters. Now the other question you're probably dying to know, Tyler, do you still have friends? Is it possible to even have friends not using social media? How can you stay connected with everyone? Well, let me tell you that I still have friends and I still hang out with people. And yes, you can still do a lot of fun things and not post about it, and it still actually happened. Call me old school, but I actually really love picking up a phone, typing someone's number, and calling them, giving them a ring and seeing what they're doing. Using social media, you can talk to a lot of different people in a short amount of time, but those conversations are typically one or two sentences or a phrase or just even a comment or a word. You can talk to a lot of people and that's great, but the conversations aren't really that deep. They're very more surface level, kind of, what are you doing? That's great, awesome, great to hear from you, kind of conversations like that. And so when you're consciously away from social media, you have to interact with people more. You have to work on your skills of being like, hey, I'm gonna listen to you and have a dialogue. I would also say that not using social media has made me more confident as a person. I know that I don't need everyone else knowing what I'm doing in order to be happy. I don't need to make myself look better for everyone around you. You watching me, I don't need to validate myself to you in any way. What only matters is what I think of myself. And I've been genuinely happier. I feel like I stress less, I feel like I have more time during my day, and I feel like I don't compare myself to those around me, so I can actually have deeper conversations and more meaningful relationships with those people that I care about. I still eat food, even though I'm not posting it on Instagram. I'm still spending time with friends, with family, going to concerts, going out to eat, doing all sorts of fun activities with other people, even though nobody probably knows that I'm doing them. The very first thing I notice is the amount of free time I have. One of the first things you do as soon as you wake up is you grab your phone. After turning off the alarm, if you had set one, you then lay in your bed for 5-10 minutes and check through what happened the night before on other stories. You check in what's going on in Instagram, see what's going on Facebook. When I wake up now, I just wake up and I get up and I make some green tea and I start my day. When I have breaks during my day, I'm using it doing other things. I'm not just being default to my phone. I think in today's culture especially, people use their phone as a crutch a lot of the times. If they're in an awkward situation, if they're in an uncomfortable situation, if they don't really know what's going on or don't really like where they're at, they just pull up their phones and whip up and see what's going on in the world of the gram life. I would like to consider myself a personal person, and I really enjoy associating myself with other people, really interacting and engaging with those around me. So not having a crutch that I can just whip out my phone at anything, it makes me want to talk to more people, ask more questions, get involved more so, because I don't have that little crutch device of social media. Probably the biggest thing that's happened this past month is I have really disassociated myself with comparing myself to everyone around me. Instagram is probably the #1 platform where we compare ourselves, our lives, to those around us. People going hiking on some crazy exotic mountain. We see people in Switzerland. We see people on some trip to Nepal, or going to the Grand Canyon, or going on a crazy road trip, or biking, or going to some really fancy, exotic, luxurious restaurant and taking some insane photo of caviar with a little, thing on the top of it. We see everyone around us doing all these amazing things, and then we compare what we're doing right now, drinking a cup of coffee in our room or laying in bed, and then we automatically compare ourselves, being like, wow, all of these other people are doing so many great things, and I'm missing out on them all. Wow, what is going on with me? And that is really the biggest thing that's happened, is that not knowing what all of my friends and family are up to really makes me actually breathe more. I feel less stressed with what's going on, with what I'm doing. I can focus more on the things that I enjoy rather than trying to do things out of obligation and doing things just for social media. Like, am I doing this activity because I enjoy it, or am I doing it because I want to pretend like I'm somebody better? Am I doing it because I want to pretend like I'm cool, or I want to pretend like I'm more adventurous than I really am? What is the reasoning behind my action? Am I eating out at a restaurant with my family because I genuinely enjoy that quality time with them? Or am I just doing it because I want to take a really fun photo of a crazy burger and make everyone else just really jealous of my meal? These are all things that I started thinking about a lot more when I didn't have social media. As a person that struggles with anxiety, I have felt a lot more relief not knowing what everyone is around me. Because if I don't know what everyone else is doing all the time, 24/7, then I can actually focus more about what I actually enjoy doing, genuinely. So in summary, I'm not trying to bash social media in any sort of way. It has been a huge innovation in our society and has dramatically affected the way we communicate, whether we be individuals, communities, businesses, or any of the like. Do you really need to know what happened at that party last night? Do you really need to see that exotic hamburger that somebody ate at your local restaurant? Probably not. Is it something fun? Yes, social media is an awesome way to communicate with other people. And I will say that it is weird being back in the world of social media, because I feel like I have two different lives going on, my online presence versus my real life presence. But I think what I've taken away mostly about this is to continue being as authentic and genuine on my social media, and use it in moderation. And I don't have to wake up every morning and flip through my feed for 10 minutes. I can enjoy a cup of green tea or a cup of coffee, pet my cat, go play with my dogs, and do other things, and then I can check it over lunch once or something like that. I don't need to be consumed by everything else going around me, because all of our lives are already busy, and all of our lives are already so stressful and hectic, and we always got so many things going on, that it is really nice to have kind of a break. It's just nice to have a break away from it. So the challenge I want to leave you with is looking at your own habits for social media. Are you a type of person that are constantly on it? Do you use it as a crutch? Or are you very passionate about sharing what you're doing because you're genuinely excited about so many different things? And if you're a person that feels overwhelmed, stressed, or depressed, comparing yourself to so many other people and thinking lower of yourself, I encourage you to take a break. Take a 7-day break. Take even a day break. You really don't know how much social media affects us until you actually take one day away from it. It's pretty crazy what actually can happen. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you have your own thoughts about social media habits or use, I would love to hear from you in the comments below. As always, my name is Tyler Rossmann. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch. It really does mean a lot. And I'll catch you on my next adventure. Peace out. Watch out.